Now, in a typical website, you will have a lot of styles, maybe like hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of styles, right? That's how websites look that beautiful because they have a lot of these details that are coded, right? It's all about the details, but the syntax and the format remains the same. All right. So the second thing is that your website is not going to be one page most likely. It's gonna have tens of pages, right? Hundreds of pages, thousands of pages, right? Because websites are big. So the website developers do not write all the thousands of styles in the style element because that's going to replicate the code on the hundreds of thousands of pages that they have, right? So to prevent that, there's a technique that we will learn over here, which is to write all of the styles in its own dedicated file. So basically, we're going to create a file called style.css or whatever.css. It doesn't matter what the name of the file is, as long as the extension is .css, all right? So we make that CSS file, and then with just one line of code with the link element, we link that particular file, or we kind of import that particular file references to our page, all right? So let's take a look. So over here, we're gonna just simply go over here and I'm gonna create a folder called, let's say, CSS. And inside that folder, I'm gonna create a file called style.css, all right? And over here, I'm gonna simply copy all of my styles or cut all of my styles and paste it over here. Now this is not an HTML page. It does not have elements. It simply has the styles, right? Style number 1 for this particular element, number 2 and number 3, all right? Now save, and over here, I'm gonna remove this style element because I don't need it. Save, refresh, and you see our page is now back to the normal reset, basically, the defaults of the browser. And now from this HTML page, I'm going to import or reference this style.css file. So I'm going to go over here in the head element, and inside I'm going to use something called the link element, all right? Link, and you see it automatically when I hit enter, thanks to VS Code, it automatically wrote the standard attributes for me. So rel is equal to style sheet, and href basically is the path where the CSS file is, kind of like source, src, but it's called href in this case, right? So over here, I'm going to say, okay, it's inside the CSS folder and slash, and it's called style.css. Save, and if I go refresh, you see all the styles are back because instead of reading those styles from the style element or from the inline elements, so inline styles, it's actually reading it from style.css. No difference. You see, we just copied it. It's the same exact thing. Now, again, the benefit for this is, let's see if you have tens of thousands of pages, you don't have to write these styles multiple times in your style element, right? You simply write it once in your style.css and you reference the same style property in multiple pages. So basically, it prevents you from, errors, different styles. It's just the source of truth is on one place. All the styles are at one place, and it prevents errors, and also it's faster for the browsers to read less lines of code, and less lines of code being downloaded over the internet. So it's all in all just better. So actually, from your cheat sheet over here, I'm gonna just zoom out. This ABC are the 3 ways to write, or 3 places to write CSS, the same styles, just wrote in 3 different places, and the last one is actually more popular and more common than the second one and the first one. So basically, this is the priority order as well, in the reverse order actually. So with that said, I'm going to leave you with this lesson, and the next few lessons we're going to go in the details on how to use multiple kinds of selectors and how to use multiple kinds of properties. And that's going to be our CSS section, to go from these seemingly ugly little pages to making more and more advanced layouts that's going to be as beautiful as facebook.com or Instagram or Quora or any different beautiful website that you see. All right, talk to you in the next lesson.